All right, I'm live. I am live on YouTube. I am live on Instagram. I'm gonna make this video. Then I won't feel crazy anymore because of the video that I made today and my computer's not working. What I will do though is try and turn this around, but I don't know if that's gonna work. Oh, it's not gonna work, so I have to switch the screens. Hold on. Oh. Why? Why did I orient it this way? The stand for the freaking iPad is on the top side instead of the bottom side. Very hard being me. No one understands. I know what to do. I know what to do. Hi. Yes. All right, so I am live on YouTube. I am live on Instagram. I'm having computer troubles. I've been trying to upload a video for the last... It still says 7:50. Oh my god, it says 7:50 just consistently on the computer, so I actually don't even know what time it is. Interesting. So I have been trying to upload a video for like the last 5 hours and I can't upload it. And so instead what I'm going to do is just be live and talk to whoever wants to listen about what I was going to talk about. And what I was going to talk about is the adoption and raising money for the adoption. And I'm going to say all the things that I said in the video that I made earlier, which was like 40 minutes long. So hopefully it won't take 40 minutes, but here we go. And as well as making this video, I think that you guys have a link to... Do you guys have a link to the new GoFundMe page? Someone should post that. Someone should post that link somewhere. So anyways, I made a video like a month and a half ago for Michelle where I was trying to raise some money so that she could adopt her daughter from India. And her daughter is currently living in an orphanage in India. She has Down syndrome. I definitely forgot to go over exactly how much I'm allowed to say about the story of Michelle's daughter. And so, Michelle, if I at any point in this video start saying too much, then feel free to be like, and that's all. But basically, when you are taken to an orphanage in India, you have a file that is made for you so that people can adopt you. And it is, I'm pretty sure it's a law that an orphanage is supposed to create this file so that you can be adopted, because otherwise you're just there rotting forever until you die. And so they're supposed to create this file to basically allow you to be adoptable and make it known that you need a family. But Emmy, which is the nickname that we are using for Michelle's daughter, Emmy was dropped off at an orphanage when she was very, very young, like under a couple of months old, so still a newborn. And when she was dropped off at the orphanage, they noted that she had Down syndrome and that because she has Down syndrome, she is viewed as having very, very little worth. And so because of that, they decided that they were never going to make a file for her adoption. And so that was, I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, Michelle, but that was in March of 2015. Am I right? There you go, Michelle posted it. So you guys should check out GoFundMe.com with the slash thing, adopting a child with Down syndrome, with all the little dashes between it. And if people could start, donating some money, $5, that would be great, because I'm just going to stay alive till I get some donations. Let's do that. Let's just be alive until I get some donations. And that's going to make Alex crazy really soon because he's on his own with the kids downstairs. And if I smell correctly, he's making pasta as well, which is a very brave undertaking with all the 3 kids. So anyways, Emmy ends up in this orphanage, and the orphanage views her as having let me close that. The orphanage views her as having so little worth that they decide that they are not even going to make a file for her to be adopted. And so that was in 2015. Now it is 2018. And a missionary who goes around to the different orphanages and stuff like that went back to the same orphanage 3 years later, and they found that the orphanage still had not created a file for this child. And so basically, this child has just been living in an orphanage with no chance of finding a family, unless Tina didn't put super chat on. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what super chat is. Sorry. Basically, this child's been living in an orphanage with no chance of finding a family for the last 3 years because she's just unfindable. There's no file. There's no place where you can view her picture. There's nothing out there in the world that's like, this child's up for adoption, because they just didn't view her as worthy of being adopted, and they figured that it's just a waste of time to create her file. And so the missionary that went to the orphanage 3 years ago, who went back this year, this is the best thing, is that when I make YouTube videos, I do a lot of like between things that I'm saying, but you guys never have to experience this because I edit them. And now I'm live, and so everybody gets to just experience all my oohs and ahs and ugly sounds and ugly faces that go with them. So anyways, the missionary goes back to this orphanage 3 years later, and she finds that this child is still there, and she is not adopted, and she doesn't have a family because the orphanage just decided never to do anything about it. And so the missionary takes some pictures of her and some videos of her, and she goes online to some adoption forums, and she says, look guys, this kid doesn't have a family, no file was ever created for her, let's do something about this. And Michelle, my friend, who you all know, she sees the picture of this child and she's like, you know what? I'll give her a family. I'll be her mom. I'll do this for her. And so, there is a bit of a process now, and the process is that the missionary, I'm trying to like find a good place for my phone now, because I'm gonna get another hard drive. I found a good place for the iPad. I'm trying to find a good place for my phone too. For some reason, I look like way more terrible on my phone than I do on my iPad, which is great. I've had really bad skin since I had the miscarriage, and it's a wonderful reminder when I look in the mirror every day that my hormones are all messed up because I had a miscarriage when I see my skin like this. And so anyways, someone wrote, I love Michelle for doing that. You're amazing, Michelle. Michelle is amazing. She's like one of the most amazing people I've ever met. And that's the truth. So, now I'm gonna cry. Why is it so hard to make a video without crying? I'm really sweaty too, guys. So, Michelle decides that she's going to be her mom. And so basically, the way that it works now is Michelle is not legally her mom. She has no legal claim over her yet. There is nothing that binds this child to Michelle or anything like that. Basically, what needs to happen now is that the chair needs to move over, and I need to be more on this side of the screen. I have a thing of like where I need to be when I'm making YouTube videos. So this person basically needs to go to court, and she needs to have the courts issue an order that the orphanage has to create a file so that this little girl can be adopted. And then when that file is created, Michelle will have something like 30 days to accept the file and say, yeah, like I want her, so thank you for making the file, basically. And so what's happening is that for the past couple of years, since Michelle has been planning to adopt a baby with Down syndrome, she's been saving money like crazy. And when I say saving money like crazy, I mean, Michelle doesn't spend a cent on herself. And if she does, it's like a battle in her head. I mean, Michelle, like, I remember a while ago, she wanted to buy a sewing machine. And it was on sale. It was super, super cheap. But she went back and forth about this. Sorry, I'm trying to read comments too. About this decision to buy this sewing machine forever. Because she felt so guilty spending this $100 on something for herself when she was trying so desperately to save a child's life and bring a child home and give her a family. So, yeah, it's really crazy because like I've known Michelle for so long, and I know that every single little decision in her life comes down to like, is this more important than the adoption? And it never is. And Michelle will like she'll live on potatoes. Like, I've known Michelle to, like, she'll send me pictures of her food, or she'll ask me for recipes that involve potatoes because she's like, that's all I have in my house and that's all I can afford right now. And I'm like, Michelle, you make good money. And she's like, good money that's going towards the adoption. So, Michelle's not like the kind of person that she's like frivolously spending all of her money and then expecting other people to pick up the slack, because, and I truly believe this, and I mentioned this in the video that I made earlier, but I'm going to mention it again just to embarrass her, but I honestly believe that if Michelle's underwear like all burned up in a fire, or, you know, like the dryer just like sucked them all in and ate them, she would just go commando until her baby was adopted, because she does not want to spend money on herself until she brings this child home. And so Michelle has been like saving every single penny in order to go through with this adoption. And now she's come to this point where she's found this little girl and she desperately wants to save her life. But because of that, the financial aspect of the adoption has really sped up a little bit, because, you know, basically Michelle had this timeline of like, this is exactly how much money I make every month, and this is exactly how much I can afford to put into the adoption fund. But now all of a sudden we have this this variable, which is that whenever the court comes and says, okay, you guys have to make a file for her, and whenever the adoption agency actually makes that file for her, Michelle has to be like, well, now I have the money to take this file, and now I have the money to say yes. And in order for her to say yes, that's my daughter and I want her to be my daughter, Michelle has to have this $4,000 saved, like ASAP. And it could happen like in September, it could happen earlier than September, it could happen later than September. Michelle just wrote in the comments that she has 30 pounds of potatoes in her fridge and that her socks all have holes. And that's so sad. Now I just want to send you new socks, but socks aren't that important in the end. Live with your holy socks. Basically my goal, what I really, really, really wanted to do ever since I heard about this little girl that desperately needs a family, and ever since I knew that Michelle was going for this, my whole goal has been to try and raise that $4,000 that Michelle needs. This is so silly. I emptied out my desk earlier because it was like a huge mess, and I found a bag of birdseed in my desk, and I was like, I need to take that downstairs. So in order to remember to take it downstairs, I'm going to put it in a really obvious place. I'm going to hang it from my TV stand. So that's a bag of birdseed hanging behind me. So my goal all along has been to raise this $4,000. That's what I really, really wanted to do. Hi. Someone said hi and then made a sad face. And so I made you guys that video like a month and a half ago, where I talked about, it was called The Story of Two Girls, and if you want you can go check it out and then come back to this, because this is a lot of me rambling, as you can see. But basically it was just a story kind of introducing you to children with Down syndrome, and it, you know, because Down syndrome is really like not represented very well in the media or in TV shows or in anything really. Someone just said I'm really pretty, and that makes me feel so gross because I look so not pretty right now. Don't say that again. But yeah, these children have been, and these people in general, this population has been so underrepresented that it gives everybody this idea that people with Down syndrome are very, very different than we are. But in the video, what I was trying to bring light to is the fact that they're not any different from any of us, really. I mean, they're certainly different, but they're still humans. They're still people who have thoughts and feelings and emotions, and they just want to fit in with all of us and be loved and accepted, just like everyone else in the world. And so, you know, I made this video to kind of introduce people with Down syndrome to the world in an effort to like show everybody that they're just like us, and also that they just deserve exactly everything that every other child deserves. And, you know, they don't deserve to be cast aside just because, you know, they're any bit different from anybody else. And so, at the time, I had really wanted to help Michelle to fundraise for her adoption, and I expected maybe after I made that video that I would raise $200 to $300. That was my goal. My goal when I made the video for that particular video was that I would raise $200 to $300. And after I made the video, gosh, I think like after the first couple of days we had raised like $300, and Michelle and I were both super psyched. Like, I was ecstatic, Michelle was to the point of tears, like multiple times in that couple of days that I was talking to her. Sorry, there's, oh, when I click on the screen, it lets me read everybody's comments. That's interesting because I all willy-nilly. And the GoFundMe won't let me donate, but as soon as it's fixed, I'd love to. We need to fix that now. I literally turned to fix it on the computer and then just remembered that the computer is still broken, and that's the reason why I'm live streaming right now. So, so frustrating. I need another iPad. I have my phone, I got my iPad, well, Lily's iPad. I need another iPad. I'm gonna plug this iPad in, and we're gonna see if this one works. Because that's not right that the GoFundMe won't let. Yes, so the truth is, someone just asked, has anyone reached out to this gathered nest for any advice? Yes. Michelle and I have both reached out to this gathered nest for advice. I have reached out to every single YouTuber that I know in order to try and help us, raise some money to save a girl's life. Like, this is not, you know, a lot of YouTubers, like, they fundraise for stupid things, like the dumbest things that I've ever seen, and people fundraise for it, and everybody's like, take my money. But in this case, this is literally a child's life. Like we could all work together, and like even today we could raise enough money to save a little girl's life, to change her life from like living in an orphanage where she is completely unloved and has no idea what it feels like to be a family, and doesn't get any of the resources or any of the help that she needs in order to you know, like just exist and love and be happy and everything else. And we can literally take her out of this situation together by just donating a tiny little bit, right? And so I talked to a whole bunch of different YouTubers I know, because I was like, this is a great cause. Like, this is something we should all work together to do. And the only person who got back to me was Keely from the channel Keely Rainbow. She's a friend of mine. I am actually a bridesmaid in her wedding in a couple of weeks. But yeah, she's the only person that got back to me. She's the only person that did anything about it. She actually included a link to the GoFundMe page and all kinds of things in her video. And it's really sad because I have a relationship with a lot of YouTubers, and I don't want to like personally call anyone out, but if you know of YouTubers that I have talked to and been talking to over the years, and people on my Facebook list and my Instagram list, and I'm totally gonna make those people feel crappy right now, but like, I don't know what to do, because I reached out to everybody and I said, please help me, please. All you have to do is just mention it. What? Why does it say campaign not ready? Okay. Technology is failing me in every way today. I need another iPad. I'm gonna go take James's. My butt is super sweaty, so don't look at it as I walk away. Because I'm frustrated, because I've been trying for hours to do this. Can I have an iPad? Where is it? What? I'm trying my best, babe. I'm sorry. All right. iPads. Yeah, but the other YouTubers that I contacted, they just didn't even answer me. And it's so sad because I answer everybody. Like, I answer people about petty bullshit. Even like, and I have 3 kids, and one of them has ADHD, and my life is crazy. And I still answer everybody. And people couldn't even they couldn't even answer me, because if they answered me, then it would prove that they didn't give a shit. And that is so sad. And I totally lose my faith in people when I scroll back through my my cell phone and through my Instagram messages and through my Facebook messages, and I see that people haven't even answered what I wrote to them, I feel really heartbroken because this is super important to me. Like, this is a child's life. And you know, for some people it's so easy to have a child. They don't even consider the fact that, like, it's not just like ordering a pizza for some people. It's not just like, oh, let's just have sex and then a baby will come along. For some people, it's a lot harder. And for some children, having a family isn't just being born into one. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of money, and it's a lot of time, and a lot of commitment. And it just makes me feel so sad because if we all work together, this could be done so quickly, and it's just not. I'm really distracted. I'm using Joe's iPad now, and I blocked a lot of stuff on Joe's iPad, so I'm really hoping that this is going to work. So someone wrote that if anybody who can't donate money to the cause could at least donate their comments on some of the adoption YouTubers' videos to raise awareness, that would be nice. And that would be great. And honestly, like, if you guys wanted to, like, mass spam This Gathered Nest, because they are very well known for adoption and they have a lot of followers and stuff like that, and tell them that I really, really need help and they need to spread awareness and share my GoFundMe page, that would be amazing. Sorry, I'm getting all stuttery now because I'm trying to do this right now, this GoFundMe thing. See, now Facebook can't be accessed on my kids' iPads, and therefore I can't log into the GoFundMe. Michelle, can you just, like, log in with my Facebook or something? Okay, so someone wrote, who's good at drafting things? We should have, like, a script or something that we can all copy and paste all over the place. And you guys are totally welcome to do that. This iPad turned on. I haven't seen this iPad in forever. Okay. So, basically, yeah, a couple of months ago when I made that video and when I was trying to raise the money, I was using Michelle's GoFundMe, and what we found out, actually, is that in the province that Michelle lives in, you're not allowed to fundraise for your own adoption. And I was really sad, and Michelle was really sad, obviously, when that happened and the GoFundMe page got shut down. And so a lot of people had a lot of questions about, like, what happened to the money. The money is still being used for the adoption, 100%. Not a cent of it is being spent anywhere else. It's just that the GoFundMe page is shut down, and I opened a new GoFundMe page because I don't live in the province that Michelle lives in, and it's also not my adoption. So that's what I did. So I'm still trying to log into GoFundMe, so just give me a minute. Why is this so hard? I should definitely have tried to, like, log in and set this all up before I started these videos, but I was in the heat of frustration, and so I didn't do that. I didn't even think. See, this is the thing, is that people watch my YouTube videos and they think, oh, she's so calm and collected and so put together and blah, blah, blah. But what you guys see is, like, this tiny little bit of my life where I have planned time to sit down and make videos for you guys and not have all the interruptions and whatever else. Oh, it's working on this phone. And that's the other thing, is that people watch YouTubers all the time and they make all these assumptions about who people are, and some of them are good assumptions and some of them are bad assumptions, but in the end it's like you really see what people want you to see, and that's all. So I'm just logging in to make sure that the GoFundMe page works. That was my tongue out while I was thinking. But Michelle, you're posting the GoFundMe page, but I thought you said that it was not, like, set up or something. Something was wrong with it. Hello, Alex.
Hi.
We're live. Oh!
What?
You opened the window and I was like completely white. Alex brought me pasta. It's super, super hot up here. I have major boob sweat. Okay, so guys, for anybody who's watching or whatever, I'm going to post the thing on my Facebook page right now. You know what would be so cool is if I could go live on Facebook too using this iPad, but I'm not going to attempt that because I feel like that's just pushing it. So if anybody could check out that GoFundMe link and see if it's working. That was so bad. That was really, really bad. Okay. I have to move over. I have to resituate everything here because that was no good. I'll just hold this. Can I do a home tour? Sure. Start donating and I'll do whatever you guys want. I'll sing and dance in my underwear and I don't have any on right now. Anyways, so if anybody could check and see if that's working by maybe donating $5 or something, that'd be perfect because somebody said it wasn't working. View campaign. Excuse me, that was disgusting. I made guac earlier and I just burped and it tasted like it. It's never as good coming up. You can get in the page, but you can't donate. I don't understand because I think I can donate. Ooh. Yeah, it does say when you try and donate that the campaign is not ready, which is so stupid. I feel like I'm just hitting a snag every single place that I turn. Make sure that there's a way to set up to receive the funds since they come out daily. I've never done that. They're gonna come to me daily? I just wanna okay, so my intention with the GoFundMe was to just collect a bunch of money on there, and then if Michelle had a fee coming up that needed to be paid, I could just pay it with the money from there. So that was my intention. Now I'm gonna be really rude and have a bite of this pasta because Alex makes really good pasta. It says you have to set up withdrawals within 30 days of starting the page, otherwise the donations will be paused. So I'm doing that now. Okay, so, seriously, this is really a testament to how disorganized my life is, that I started this and I can't even actually let people donate to the bloody campaign. My computer doesn't work, my house is a mess, my GoFundMe page is not working. Ontario. Now the iPad that I'm using isn't working. Oh, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. What am I eating? I'm eating pasta. Alex made pasta. There it is. It's the one thing Alex cooks, and he's actually pretty good at it. And my nonna makes she grows the tomatoes, and she makes the sauce, like not the sauce, like the smashed tomatoes, and then we turn it into a flavorful sauce, or Alex turns it into a flavorful sauce. So that is all my nonna and Alex right there. I'm getting so frustrated, guys. Date of birth, 11 April 1987. I am 31. If it's gonna ask me bank account information now, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. It is. What do I even do? How do I fix this? How do I fix this? Alex, do you have our banking information? Can you find it? Can you find our banking information? Can you try and find it? Like in your emails or something? I'm sure I've sent you that thing. All right. Now I have to tear my room apart. Ta-da. Oh my goodness. Can I have your phone? Let me tell you how much technology I have on the go right now. I've got GoFundMe opened up on one iPad. I've got the live video streaming to YouTube on another iPad. I've got the Instagram live streaming on my phone. I've got my computer open, but it's a piece of crap and it doesn't work. I have Joe's iPad open, but the app is blocked on there, so I can't use it. And now, excuse me very much, I'm opening up Gmail on this one so that I can try and find my banking information so that we can set up donations, because this is crazy.
It's like 1,000 degrees in here.
Yeah, it's really, really hot. Oh, you found it!
Yeah, I told you I did.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't hear you.
How many iPads?
I know, it's really bad,
That one's
isn't it?
not on.
What?
I'm just gonna
This
turn it
one?
on real quick.
You're terrible.
There we go. Now they're all on. Everything in the house.
Oops.
We're all done with that. It's too hot here.
Love you. Thank you. You can take your phone now if you like.
Taking Lily for a walk.
Hmm?
Lily for a walk.
And the boys or no?
No. So she goes to sleep to watch a movie. Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you. Okay, so now I've set it up. You guys should be able to donate. So somebody go on and donate $5 on the GoFundMe page so that I can see that it actually works, but I'm pretty sure that it works. Now I'm gonna eat this potato, and then I'm gonna continue my story. So, like I was saying, I made you guys that video like a month and a half ago, and when I made the video, what I was expecting was that maybe I would raise like $200 to $300. And my overall goal, like I was saying before, is that I would really like to raise that $4,000 fee so that when the file comes up, now I'm going to choke on potato, so that when the file comes up and people can and Michelle can actually like accept the file, she has that $4,000 ready to do it. And so that was my end goal. But my initial goal when I made this video was to raise $200 to $300. And in the first couple of days, we raised that money. And I think that it was around $306 or $309 that we had raised when Michelle and I had a conversation, and we were like, holy crap, like we actually raised this money. And we were like in awe, and both of us were in tears, and we were just so happy that people would, you know, try and help us save this little girl's life. And so later on that week, one night I was lying in bed breastfeeding Lily, trying to put her to sleep, and I said to myself, well, I'll go check on the GoFundMe and everything and see what's going on. And I checked on the GoFundMe and I asked Michelle, and it turned out that over 1,200 people had visited the GoFundMe page since I had posted the link the 3 days before. And, you know, I was really, really happy before that moment that we had raised $300. But then I was like, you know, I wish that every single person who had visited the page had just donated $5. Like, that's all. And for some people, I think that when you come across something like that, and especially if the campaign has a very large number on it, like if you go to my GoFundMe page right now, you'll see that the campaign has like a $20,000 limit on it. And so you come across something like that and you go, oh, well, they need $20,000. So what difference is it going to make if I donate $5? But in the end, $5 Canadian, it's not even that much. Like, it's like $3.80 American or something like that, which is, I'm assuming, probably like the price of a Starbucks coffee, like over there. And so a lot of people come across and they go, oh, well, I mean, I would donate the minimum, which is $5, but really what's $5 going to do in the end? And then I thought, if the 1,200 people who visited the page had donated $5, we would have over $5,000. Like, we would have more than met the goal. And so I decided that night that I was going to start this thing that I called the $5 train. And it was just something I thought of while I was breastfeeding Lily. And turns out a lot of other YouTubers and Instagram people thought of it the next day. But it was something that I created that night, where what I tried to do is I tried to donate $5 and then tag somebody else who had donated $5 after me. Sorry, I said donated because someone said they donated right now. So let's see if it's working. I'm gonna be super thrilled if it's working now, because I just spent like an hour just being a sweaty, disgusting person on camera for no reason, because my GoFundMe didn't even work. I still have that song stuck in my head. It's a damn shame, people. Yes! It's working! Okay, good. Let's do it. How else? I can't see the Facebook link. How else can I get the link to donate? So, if you... don't know, how else can you get the link to donate? I can't access my Instagram because I'm doing a live video on my Instagram. Michelle is posting the link in the comments. So if you check the comments on either video, then you can check. So basically, while I was lying in bed and feeding Lily that night, trying to put her to sleep, I started this thing called the $5 train, where I started by donating $5. And then I started tagging a whole bunch of people, trying to get somebody to donate $5 after me. And then I said, when you donate $5, try and find another person to donate $5 after you, and let's just see if we can keep the momentum going. And it was amazing. Like, I was in bed on my phone for like an hour and a half, and just trying to, I'm going to share this one more time because a lot of people are saying that they didn't get it. So let me do that really quickly. But I was in bed for an hour and a half just trying to keep the momentum going. I texted every person that I had texted for like the last 6 months. I messaged every person that I had messaged on Facebook in like the last 6 months. Like, I just did everything that I could to get people to join this train. That is such an amazing idea. So I'm going to do that. Ow! Ah! Again? Okay, so the link is Michelle, do this for me again because all the comments are going by. It is GoFundMe.com/ come on, Michelle, come on. I'm pretty sure it's adopting dash. Oh. A child with Down syndrome. Oh, that's literally it. Down syndrome. I don't know how to hang this behind me now, but yes. Is it backwards? It's backwards for me. Okay, so anyways, I started this $5 train and it went amazing, and overnight I think we raised like $400, which was incredible. Like, Michelle and I were both just sitting and watching the donations roll in, and I couldn't believe it. Like, I was so happy and so grateful, and Michelle was so happy, and it was awesome. And then I think a day or two after that, one of my subscribers from YouTube and someone who follows me on Instagram ended up donating $500 towards the adoption, which just floored us because it really meant something to her, and she's just a stranger around the world. Like, she's someone that I don't personally know. I've never seen her or met her or, shaken her hand, and she was like, if this means something to you, then it means something to me, and she donated that much, and it was so beautiful. $580, Michelle says. Ah! And so in the week and a half after I made that initial YouTube video about a month and a half ago, we all together, like me and Michelle and all of you, ended up raising, I think it was $1,800, and that was so good. It was so much more than I ever expected that we would raise, and I was super thrilled, and Michelle was super thrilled, and to this day, she still talks about that week when she was just crying constantly because she was so happy that her daughter meant as much to so many people as she did to Michelle. So for the people who are just joining, because somebody said that they're sorry that they're late on the video, I am just talking about the adoption and raising money for the adoption, and basically what's happened since I made that video. So, after everybody raised all of that money, Michelle's I'm trying to plug the iPad in, so everything's probably gonna go to crap. Oh no, I got it. So after I made that video, gosh, what was I saying? This is all the stuff that you guys miss out on when I edit my videos and all of it comes out. But basically, after all of that hubbub and of me trying really hard to like constantly interact with people to like try and make this money, everything kind of died down and nobody donated. Like I think 3 people donated in the last month, which is okay because we're gonna start doing that now, right? And everything's gonna be fine. But yeah, Michelle still talked about that and I still think about it constantly. And then I told Michelle, I said, I promise I'm gonna get back out there and I'm gonna try and, you know, raise the rest of the money because truly, like, Michelle is a good friend of mine and this means a lot to her. And on top of it meaning a lot to a good friend of mine, this is literally us coming together to save a child's life and to bring her home and put her in the arms of someone that loves her. And, you know, I'm so sporadic. I'm so on and off with YouTube because technology and I just don't agree very well. And so, and then there's also the fact that, like, I mean, and I've expressed it before if you've been following on Instagram, but I had a miscarriage 3 weeks ago now, and since the miscarriage everything's been crazy with my hormones. Like I am super sweaty to the point where it's like dripping off of me, and I got all those like little hairs again because my hair started growing again from pregnancy and then it stopped, and I got really bad acne, which I haven't suffered with in years, and all of a sudden it was really bad again, which you can see because in my frustration I washed my face and like dried it really hard with a towel before I started recording this. And Alex always says to me, he goes, why do you dry your face so hard with a towel? You're not trying to rip your skin off, you're just trying to dry it. And he talks to me like that for real. So anyways, it's been really hard for me to make videos in the last little while because when I make videos, I see myself while I'm making it, and then I see myself while I'm editing it, and it just feels like looking at myself right now is just kind of a daily reminder that we lost our baby. And so it's been really hard to make videos lately. And then I'm going to be honest with you guys, and this is something that I haven't shared with Michelle yet, but yesterday was Lily's little kind of birthday party, which because of all of the madness of the last couple of weeks, I didn't plan her a real party. And so, as you guys know, we homeschool our kids, and so we have these homeschool meetups every week in which like other, you know, people that live in our general area who homeschool their kids, they come and all the kids get together and then they get to like socialize with each other and learn from each other and have fun and all that stuff. And so I just said to myself, you know, since I didn't plan Lily a birthday party, I will just make her a cake and we'll have it on one of the days of our homeschool meetup, and then she'll, you know, she's 2, so she'll feel like that was her party. And so that's what I did, which is probably taking advantage of having a homeschool meetup to begin with. So hopefully my friends forgive me for that, but not actually the part of the story that matters. What actually matters is the fact that I made this dinosaur cake for Lily yesterday, and can I show it to you guys? Can I show it to you guys? Maybe. I don't know if this is gonna work. But since I didn't plan her, you know, the big birthday party that I wanted to plan her, I said, well, I'm gonna make her, you know, the kind of cake that I think would be exactly what she wants. And so I have to belch now, and I am a nasty burper. Like, it's gonna be hard for me to keep it in, and even if I keep it in, it's gonna be super loud and disgusting. Just so you guys know. See? How many pictures do I take in a day? This is crazy. Okay, so, oh, you can't actually see it. That sucks. Well, another time. So basically, I made Lily this dinosaur cake in order to, it was like my penance for not planning her birthday party. And we all sang happy birthday, and I recorded it while we were all singing happy birthday. And later that night I was lying in my bed and I watched the recording one more time so that I could just like experience her reaction again. And that's something that I have difficulty with, is that I try and really like record a lot of life, and then I feel like every once in a while I kind of miss out on the life that's actually happening when I'm trying to take a video of life that's happening. And so I'm lying in bed last night and I watched the video again of Lily, you know, trying to blow out the candle on her cake that I made her for her second birthday. And I just had these like overwhelming feelings of guilt that I haven't been trying as hard as I promised myself I was going to try in order to raise this money in the last couple of weeks, because my daughter is here with me. She's like safe at home, and even if I get so tangled up in my own feelings that I forget to throw her a birthday party, and then I end up just like making her a little cake while all her friends are here singing happy birthday, she still has that, you know, she still has this family around her and this love that she feels. And I just so badly want to bring this little girl home so that she has that too. You know, it's not fair that she should have to spend even one more year, even one more birthday in an orphanage just waiting to come home, when all it is that's keeping her there is money. And so I just realized that I need to really step up my game and try harder to bring everybody together to make this money right, because it's not me. It's not me that's making the money in the end. It's not me that's donating all the money. I've maybe donated $50 to the adoption since the beginning. But it's all of you. And the only way that I can get everybody to come together and do this is to make everybody aware that this is something that's happening. And so I was watching this video in bed last night, and I just thought to myself, like, I can't wait anymore. I just need to put every single effort that I can into raising this money, because this little girl needs to come home, and I just want her to have a cute little cake on her birthday and be happy and know that she is loved and her mommy is there. And I just know that Michelle is gonna do that for her, and so much more, and it's so important that she comes home to her mom. And so I just need your help, guys. That's what I need. I need everybody's help in order to do this. And so that's my GoFundMe page that I made, and I'm not taking any of the money from it. I want you guys to know that I'm not gonna take a cent. I'm not gonna, you know, I don't believe that I deserve money for my time or anything else, and I'm gonna put more money into it in order to get it to certain places. Like literally every cent of that, except for what the website itself takes from me, is gonna go towards bringing this little girl home. I'm gonna wipe my nose in this towel. And so I just need help to bring her home. And if you guys could all help me, it would mean the world to me, and it would mean the world to Michelle. And on top of that, it would mean life to this little girl. And I think that is something that a lot of people miss out on in the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and in the constant stream of messages that's like thrown at us all the time. You know, as we walk through life, we see advertisements of what we need, and videos of what we want, and Facebook messages and pictures and all of this stuff just like constantly coming in. Do you have set up super chat donations? I don't. I honestly didn't even know what super chat was until I started making this video and people started mentioning it. But you can donate on the GoFundMe page, which is here, which I'm hoping isn't backwards, because I'm looking at the screens and it's backwards, and that makes me feel a little dumb. So yeah, what I was saying is that I feel like we're so inundated with like all of this information. God damn it, it is backwards. Okay, I'm gonna try and write this backwards now. Oh my god, this is gonna be really embarrassing. Go fund. Oops. Me dot com slash. Wow, my writing is really messy when I write backwards. Adopt. Child? Is it adopting a child? Child. All right, let's see how I did. Oh, why is it E like that? Okay, so, as I was saying before all that nonsense, I just feel like we're so inundated with like all of these messages of like what we need and what we want in life that we start getting to thinking that like unless we're getting something, like unless we are actually like taking a physical thing from every like interaction that we spend our time or money on, then it's not worth it. And so people have started all of these different ways to fundraise, and someone says that looks surprisingly good for writing backwards. You have a hidden skill. My hidden skill is writing backwards, except for this E. And so Michelle has tried all of these different fundraisers in the past before she realized that she wasn't legally allowed to fundraise for herself anymore. And one of the things that was suggested is like there's like been t-shirts and this blanket thing and this Tupperware thing where they donate like 60% or whatever else, and I don't like that necessarily. Like, I know that Michelle is trying her hardest to just do everything that she can in order to bring this little girl home and stuff like that, but I didn't really want to come in here and offer you guys some kind of like physical incentive to donate money, because in the end I feel like by offering anything physical, we really take away from the fact that like this money, it's not for a piece of junk, a piece of Tupperware, a piece of something that's going to end up in a landfill within the next couple of months. This money is literally money that's going to save a life directly. Like, it's not donating money to a charity where you never know how much the organizers are taking and how much is actually going towards like the root cause of what's going on. This is like your $5 that you donate today, it's literally going to be what saves a child's life. And if you watch my YouTube and if you watch Michelle's YouTube, then you're gonna see exactly what happens with that $5 that you donated. Like, it's going to happen in the next, I want to say couple of months, but I'm probably using that term really loosely. It's going to happen within like the next 6-7 months or so. And I told Michelle kind of like years ago when she first started this journey of trying to adopt a baby from India, I said I would love to come with you and to take pictures and record everything of you like meeting your daughter for the first time and the journey and all of that stuff. And I think that it would also like really, really help with like raising funds in order to do that, because that is going to be a very expensive and very time-consuming journey. And I told her I would love to be a part of that if if you would permit me to. And so sorry, I'm reading comments while I'm talking, so it's very, very hard to stay focused. But I told her that I'd love to be a part of that. And when I got pregnant, when I found out that I was pregnant in June, and we kind of looked at the timeline and of how quickly or slowly it was going to be that Michelle would get to go and pick up her daughter, we realized that it might not be possible that I went with her. And if it is possible, if I'm not, super pregnant or something like that, which I doubt that I will be now because I'm not. But if I'm not, then I absolutely will go with Michelle. And even if I'm not with Michelle, trust me, I'm going to be sharing the shit out of everything that's going on, because it's going to be super, super exciting. And, so many people get involved when a baby is being born, especially when it's with YouTube or on Instagram or something like that. I know that, like, when I had James, when I had Joe, I was posting live updates to Facebook and YouTube, and when I had Lily as well. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't include her there, but everybody was like so interested, and this is the same thing. This is the birth of a family, and we're all going to work together and make this happen, and you guys are going to get to experience it all, just like you have experienced every one of my children's births and their additions to my family along with me. And so this is just a cause where you guys are gonna get to get to see and be a part of this life-changing experience that you guys are gonna help out with. So I don't really know what to say. I did want to say, as like a non Alex is texting me from downstairs saying that we've got to start thinking about bedtime soon. I did want to say, as like a non-physical type of incentive to donate towards this, that I would like to donate my own time to anybody who would like to pay for it, which, now that I'm saying that, sounds so weird and kind of dirty. But basically what I meant by that is that if anybody would like to donate any significant amount of money, like $20 or something like that, and they'd like to make a video suggestion of like a question that they really want answered or something that they'd really like to see in a video, I will do it. As long as it's not something weird, like, I was going to say dancing in my underwear, but to be honest, if you donate enough money, I will dance in my underwear on video. But like, as long as it's not something rude or crude, I'm totally fine with doing it, because this cause is really, really important to me, and I really, really just want to see this little girl at home with her mom. And I guess that's all I'm going to say. I am going to probably try and come back tomorrow and maybe do a live chat like this, a live video like this, where the kids can be involved and stuff like that. But that could get crazy, so I have to think about like everything that could come of that if I do that. But what I wanted to say right now is thank you all who donated the first round of videos that I made and the first time that I tried to raise money. Together we raised almost $1,800. So someone just asked the question, how much does it cost to get her to you? In total, I believe the adoption is something like $35,000. It is a lot of money. Michelle has $27,000, I'm reading comments, left to pay right now. But she doesn't expect that all to come from other people, and to be honest, she can't expect that all to come from other people, because like I said, it is not legal for her to fundraise for her own adoption in the province that she lives in. I am going to try and fundraise some of that, like I said, and that's what I'm doing here. But Michelle is paying most of that out of her own paycheck every month. She has basically got a schedule, which she's basically got a schedule which she's following, and a certain amount of money that she takes out of every single paycheck and stuff like that. And the whole process that she has laid out in front of her is pretty well is pretty well all set up to be paid for in order, except for this $4,000 fee, which comes when she has to accept her child. And so that's what I'm really trying to raise right now. So I am gonna go because Alex needs me and Lily is probably going crazy downstairs. See, someone just said, I'll send you $40, and I know it's not much, but it helps a little bit. But I don't think you guys understand. Like, nothing. It doesn't, like, $40 is so much money, because if everybody donated $5, literally, if everybody who's even watched tonight donated $5, we have thousands of dollars. Like, and that's all it takes. It's just like a tiny little bit of money. And I don't want anyone to feel guilty because they feel like they can't donate enough or anything like that. Literally $5 helps. And sharing after you donate, or even sharing without donating, always makes money. Like, they say you could make up to 3 times as much as you donated just by sharing and mentioning to other people that you donated. And so all those things help a lot, and it would just be magical if you guys could all take place. And so someone just asked, where do you donate? There it is. My rating is backwards, so if you have joined in since I did this, the reason why it's so messy is because it's backwards. I don't know why I care. I shouldn't even have to explain that. My writing could just look like a 5-year-old's writing. It doesn't matter. Yeah, someone wrote $40 is my family's food bill for a week. That's what I mean. Like, that is not insignificant at all. Every single little bit helps. And that's not a little bit. So I'm gonna go and try and put Lily to sleep, but I will be back. And like I said, if anybody wants to make any video suggestions or anything like that, Michelle says her food bill right now is currently $17 a week, and like I said, that's because she lives mostly off of potatoes. So yeah, if anybody has any video suggestions or anything like that that they'd like me to make, I'm pretty much open to anything, because this is just super important to me, and I really want to share that feeling and hopefully make it just as important to other people too. So I'm gonna go. And I will talk to you guys all soon, and I just want to thank everybody who did join for joining us tonight. So bye guys. Bye. How do I stop this?